Hi, I'm Kevin Dalton, and this is the first in a series of archaeological videos that I am preparing, archaeological instruction videos for anthropologyrx.com. And today we're going to talk about your archaeological dig kit and what you should have whenever you are going out to any archaeological site and preparing for an excavation. So I have here in front of me my dig kit. Lots of people use bags. You can use a 5-gallon bucket. That's what I prefer to use. It's a pretty utilitarian option. Not only can you obviously hold lots of stuff in it, but you can also use it as a seat at lunch when you're on the construction site. You can also use it to transport dirt if needed, a number of different activities. But so what I have here, I'm just going to go through real quick what should be in a dig kit and what you should use for a dig kit. First, obviously, any good archaeologist will have their trowel. We'll probably talk more about trowels in a later video, but for today, this is just a standard 6 by 2 inch Marshalltown trowel that I have in here. A rock hammer. Rock hammers are always good whenever you're doing some hand picking in your excavation unit. You definitely would like a rock hammer. Any good archaeologist is going to carry a dustpan and a broom, so usually a nice, pretty firm whisk broom is good to use. Obviously, when you're working at an archaeological site, you're going to have lots of forms to fill out and forms to complete, so a good clipboard is a definite must. And then also in one of these pockets right here, I have a number of different pens and pencils. So make sure you've got plenty of those because you'll lose those regularly when you're at a job site. Bags, plastic bags are good to have so that you can label them and put your artifacts in them as you recover them. Notebooks, very important. You want to keep lots of good notes, so that people who come along to your notebook years from now can understand what you were doing and why you were doing it. Tape measures are important. I usually carry at least 2, sometimes 3 tape measures, so make sure you have some tape measures in your dig kit. Let's see what else we got in here. Spikes. So if you're working in an archaeological excavation, you're going to be lining out and conducting work in 1x1s, maybe even 2x2 meter excavation units. So you definitely want some spikes and some string. String is very important, so make sure you have that. I also have a couple of additional items that I like to use personally, and it's a good thing to have. A north arrow. That way you can show true north in your photographs that you take. You can also use your trowel as a north arrow if you like, but north arrows are very important. Always good in any dig kit to have some type of utility tool. Pocket knife, I have a Leatherman here. Those are always going to come in handy and you'll be using those quite a bit. I have a photo scale. This is actually a very, very fun photo scale. It pulls out to a length of 2 meters. So you can use it to show scale. I like to frame 1x1 meter excavation units with this. And then you can just slide it right back in. Just like that. Works wonders. A compass. Always very important. You need to know where true north is so you can orient that north arrow in your photographs. I have a little clock, a wristwatch on here. It's always important to know what time it is, not only for when you're taking photographs, but also so you know when to take your break and when to take lunch. And then, some standard stuff, a couple of smaller paintbrushes for some of that detail work that you need to do, and a couple more important items that you should always have. A plumb bob, so you can hang this from a location and it can give you what's directly below that location. And also, in the same vein as needing a plumb bob, if I can fish it out here, is a line level. This will help you get depth from your datum whenever you're excavating, so you can tell if you're at the bottom of your 10 centimeter level or 20 centimeter level. And then finally, flagging. You don't necessarily have to have flagging, but it's good to have, just so that you can tie it to buckets to label them with what excavation unit you are working in, and so everyone working on the project is kind of on the same page. So that's just real quick what should be in a archaeological dig kit. You show up to any job on your first day with this type of equipment in your dig kit, and your boss is definitely going to be impressed. So stay tuned for the next one. I think we're going to do some lining out of archaeological units one by one, how to line out a 1 by 1, possibly a 2 by 2, coming up pretty soon.